Why you always bring your ass up here with this shit? Yeah. Harassing us.
With that big old wolf pussy. You come down here all the time smelling like that. Look, you don't even own the place.
You just the manager.
With that big old wolf pussy. You come down here all the time smelling like that. Look.
Welcome everybody. We are on episode 6 of the Pouring Smoke podcast. I'm Seth.
And I'm Dillon. Dealing with issues.
If it ain't one thing, it's another.
If it ain't one thing, it's a motherfucking another. Snoop Dogg. R.I.P.
He ain't dead, bro.
Dude, every time I watch these like UFC streams on like YouTube or Facebook or something, or like if they're doing the post-fight interview, everybody will be on there like, R.I.P. Joe Rogan, R.I.P. Dana White. And everybody's like, what? Joe Rogan died?
Nah, he's alive. He's alive.
Trolls, man.
It's so much fun to troll people, man.
If you get online and you're not trolling people, it's like, what are you really doing on there, you know? Like, in some of these platforms, and Facebook's the perfect place because people are so gullible and they just eat it all up. I mean, I don't know how many times I've gotten on there and said that Mercedes was pregnant. Literally the fourth time I've done this, and you still fall for it.
Congratulations!
I've gotten on there before, and I got a picture of these girls that used to, like, dye their underarm hair. Or, no, I just described it. I was like, I was on her Facebook, and I was like, I'm thinking about dyeing my underarm hair for the wedding. Like, do you have any suggestions on colors? Half of them were, like, embracing it, you know, because it was different and refreshing, and then the other half was like,
what the fuck?
Are you serious? Like, and then come to find out, it was a real thing. Like, girls actually do that. Girls actually grow it out and dye it and stuff. Yeah.
I don't ever get over that shit, man. Women in China don't shave anything, and so like, especially in the summertime, like you're walking around and you'll see them, you know, lift their arm to wave at somebody or whatever, and they got a big patch of hair under there, and it's just I can't. I stare every time. I can't help it. It's hard
different.
not to look at. Yeah, I mean,
it's definitely different.
Culture thing, but no, I don't think I wouldn't like that, man. Jody got her underarms laser hair removed, or she had like her first treatment on it recently. We'll see how that works out. She said that was a test. She's gonna test around her armpits and see how that goes, and then maybe move around to other parts of the body, you know, afterwards.
What if like it comes back as a trend, you know, and she wants to participate? Now she can't grow underarm hair.
I don't think she would. Oh man, I couldn't imagine.
I've had this argument with Mercedes because she wants to get her eyebrows bladed or something. What if the thin ones come back, and then the bushy ones come back, and then the thin, yeah?
I don't think bushy eyebrows will come back anytime soon. But as long as she keeps some of her eyebrows and she doesn't just like shave it and then get them tattooed or drawn on or something.
There's a lot of chicks in Hollywood with like thick ass eyebrows. It's a thing.
Like
now,
Eugene Levy, thick ass eyebrows. Like the dad from American Pie.
Oh my gosh! They're like where they're reconnecting with this hairline, like up top.
He's got like. Yeah, man, those fuzzy caterpillars hanging out up there, man.
Mine grow, like, not that bad, not, like, outward, but they'll grow in length. So, like, they'll curl down, and they'll touch my eyelashes. It curls. I swear I have to trim my eyebrows because they get so long, they'll curl into my eye.
Yeah. There's that dude, Anthony Davis, in the NBA who's got, like, the unibrow. And that's what he's known for, man. They call him the brow. I mean, that's, like,
Fuck
his thing.
that, dude. If I'm that loaded, it's not even if I'm loaded. I'm trimming that.
But that's his look. It's kind of like a part of him, you know?
It's like Madonna's gap.
Where does Madonna have a gap?
It's like her thing.
She don't have a gap.
You know I said Madonna, right?
Are we talking about this? Are we talking about the same Madonna?
Are you serious? I know you got Google right there. Look at Madonna.
Bro, I'm about to put on that Google right now. Look, I don't ever remember seeing Madonna with a gap in her teeth, man.
I'm thinking she might have got it fixed now.
It's possible because Madonna ain't got no damn gap.
Look up 90s
Hang
Madonna.
On, 90s Madonna. I'll look up
Seriously.
80s Madonna, 90s Madonna, and let's see.
Damn, am I tripping? Does she not have a gap? I could have swore she had a gap.
No, man. I'm pretty sure she does not have. Hang on, I'm almost there. Yo, is there a feature? What's like your go-to feature for and like what you're attracted to on a girl. Dude, I don't see a gap anywhere on any
There's a
of these
little
pictures.
gap there. She's got the London look.
Oh, here we go. Oh, this is a weird... I think, man, she just got some spinach in her teeth or something there.
Oh,
Okay,
I seen
so
that
see-
picture. Yeah, she decked out her gap. See, she even got an accessory for her gap.
Now, see, I see some, like, with a gap and then some that
It
don't
ain't
have.
much.
I don't know.
It's a,
I don't know,
it's a
man.
good quarter inch, dude. Well, I got a clear picture right here.
I used to think it was, like, sexy if a girl had a little bit of a lazy eye. Not like full-blown, like, where's she looking, but just a little, like, you know that one girl, like, Katie Kuoku, like, off of Big Bang Theory? No, she's got one
Like
eye
the
that's
hot
just, like, a
blonde?
little bit... Yeah. It's not really a lazy eye, but, like, one of them is just, like, off a little bit. I thought it was kind of sexy.
That
But,
is
you
a
know.
strange, like, to observe something like that and then be attracted to it. To me,
Well-
I have the exact opposite effect. Like, to me, I'm like, I can't reproduce with that. Like, what if my kids get one of those?
Oh, man. You ever thought about that? Like, if you and Mercedes do have a kid, like, what if she gets tested and there's going to be problems?
I think about that, yeah, for sure.
I always wonder about, like, the kids or, like, the people who have, you know, like, a mental disability or something, like, are they aware themselves that, like,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
not right? Like, dude, there was a solid,
That's interesting.
like, 3 months of my life to where I convinced myself I was partially retarded. And and I was thinking, I was like, man, maybe I just don't know. Like, I've done some really stupid things recently.
Was that, like, around the time where you realized that you like girls with lazy eyes?
It could have been in the same time period, man. I was going through some shit, but I really thought, like, I like partially convinced myself that maybe I'm retarded, and I just don't know it. Well, you know, if you could be an animal, what animal do you think you would want to be?
Yeah, I've definitely thought about this, and I always come to the same conclusion. I either want to be able to fly or I either want to be able to, like, swim to the bottom of the ocean.
I think I would have to go with, yeah, some sort of animal of flight.
Flight, staying on land. Yeah, because then if you go in the ocean, like, there's no coming back to
Bro,
land.
I feel like there are way too many more predators in the ocean. But I guess, like, if you're, like, a blue whale, you know, like, nobody's gonna fuck with a blue whale. Nothing can fuck with a blue whale. But then, yeah, you could be something that flies up in the sky, man, like an eagle. A majestic eagle.
That'd be cool to be an eagle. I actually saw 2 eagles just a couple days ago. I was scouting for deer, and this eagle flew by, and I just, like, watched it with the binoculars.
Yeah.
And then another eagle was right behind him, like the American, like, bald eagles. It was cool.
Ah.
Huge, man.
That's cool.
Big old white heads, you know.
Man, those are
Pretty neat.
some predator fucking animals, man.
Hell yeah.
Eagles
Have you seen
are-
those videos where, I'm not sure if it's the eagle, I think it is, though, that they'll like knock these mountain goats off the side of these mountains. So, you know, those goats will climb on the side of that mountain, you know,
Yeah.
like steep ass mountain. It's like, how the fuck did anything ever get up there? And these bald eagles will come and knock him off that side of that mountain, and he'll tumble down and kill him, and he'll go down there and eat him.
That's crazy. So they just like torpedo in, knock
Yeah,
the
just
thing
push
off
him
its
off.
balance. Man,
Yeah, they do it with deer, all kinds of stuff. It's crazy, man.
dude,
To
they could
think.
do that to a person.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I'm sure it's happened. My grandma was
should-
just telling me that a guy got killed by a whitetail buck recently, like try to go recover it, and it
I
was
did
alive.
see that. I heard that story. I didn't really read a lot about it. I just kind of heard about the headline of, yeah, guy getting mauled to death by a buck.
Yeah, and I was
Jesus,
explaining to her that during the rut, actually around this time, you kind of want to be in the woods, and you can take those antlers and rattle them, and it mimics 2 bucks fighting. You know,
Right.
they're probably fighting over a doe, so the dominant buck will come in, and he's like, where's that doe at, you know? Or while they're fighting, the doe knows it, or the other buck knows that they're distracted, so he can go chase the doe. So that'll kind of bring him in sometimes if they're out looking for a hot doe. And you'll smash your finger sometimes with those antlers. Like a lot of guys cut off the eye guard because you'll be rattling and you'll get your thumb or the side of your finger. And, dude, that shit hurts so bad. Like, even the barely little nick in it like that. Those things are like knives.
Huh.
They're sharp as fuck and
That's
hard.
I never thought that anybody could hurt themselves. I feel like if you're rattling those antlers, your hands are kind of far apart, and they wouldn't never really get close to each other. Or
No,
like,
you grab,
but,
you have them at the base, and then you just.
But even still at the base, like I don't know.
Well, you kind of turn them about and like make random sounds, and because they get linked up and kind of tied up sometimes. So you're trying to mimic like a real fight. It's not just like bang, bang, bang. You're doing all kinds of weird random moves to. Yeah,
don't do it with rhythm and in time. That's probably not going to work.
I don't know. Me and Richard were out turkey hunting, and we were playing with our calls, like singing "Happy Birthday" with the turkey call and stuff, like just being silly. We were bored, and we had a coyote come in on us, and we both got a turkey that day at the same time. And we were just messing around, having fun, like being silly, and then all of a sudden that turkey was like, blah, 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 like right there. We're like,
maybe it was
hell?
Tom's birthday. Like, maybe they were all out celebrating. They're like, oh, there's another turkey's birthday right over here. Let's go say happy birthday to him. Maybe.
I should make a YouTube video of like, all right, a lot of guys don't know this, but you call the happy birthday song. And I'll be like,
Yeah.
that was so exciting though, having the. Dude, I had a coyote run past me just the other day while I was out hunting. I had 2 antelope about like 150 yards, and then this coyote like runs right in between us. He was inside of 100. Just the prettiest coyote, dude. He had like this silver coat, and then his face and inside of his ears were white, and then the top of his head was red, and the top of his ears were like real bright red. And he's just running by like the most beautiful like little mountain range. I mean, it was awesome, just an awesome scene.
That sounds
and
fun.
man, I think 90% of people would have killed that coyote, but I just finished this book called Coyote America.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that on Joe Rogan.
Yeah. I got that app Libby, and it was one of the free books on there, so I listened to it. And he goes into great depth about like how you just can't eradicate the coyote. Like no matter what you do, that coyote is just going to prosper and spread, and the numbers are going to be even greater the more that you kill them. If I didn't finish that book and then the next day have a coyote run right by me, that's crazy. Like, I haven't had a coyote run by me like that since that day me and Richard got those turkey, I think. It's so rare, like for them to just, without, setting out a predator call or anything, for them to come by because they're so smart and elusive. But, man, he just ran right by right after I finished that book. Normally, I think I probably would have shot it. But after knowing what I know now, I'm like, what's the point? I'm not going to eat it. I wouldn't do anything with the fur.
Yeah, what would you do if you were to shoot the coyote? Do you leave it and let another animal come along and eat it? I mean, what do you do with a coyote if you were to shoot it?
I've never killed one, but I think most people will just leave him out there. Or you could, tan the hide and maybe make a traditional bow quiver, which I thought about.
Ooh.
But those are kind of shitty because you want your arrows to be kind of stationary, unless you're out practicing, I guess. But they make a lot of noise, if they're just like in those pouches like that. I don't really like those pouches. So I've came to that conclusion. So I'm like, well, I'm just not going to use the animal. So I just watched it, run by. But the thing is, if you kill the coyote and then he doesn't show up at roll call in the evening, it triggers the mom to have even more pups.
Yeah,
and
she'll
then
be fucking.
And then if you go in and disturb their little pack that they have going on, they can all split up and go make their own packs. They're capable of that. Whereas the wolf differs in some sort of way. I think they're more like pack animals and not near as like smart and witty as the coyote. Like the coyote can't really rely on being a dominant predator. It has to be a sneaky, elusive predator. It's really interesting. And I don't know. And he was going into how a bunch of religions have used the coyote as like a god. Man, it's a really, really interesting book.
You think coyotes have ever killed a person?
Yeah, actually, there is at least one known case where they killed a lady. He talks about it in that book as well. He says, if I remember correctly, I think they were saying that there is like some sort of coyote hybrid that isn't like an actual coyote. It's like a more aggressive, almost like a Yeah, like half wolf, half coyote.
What do you think would be the most embarrassing animal to get killed by? Like, if you were in nature and you died from this animal, like, everybody would be like, what? Like, what?
I'm thinking small, like a mouse or something, but I'm also thinking something feminine, like a flamingo, like something like a big pink.
I was thinking
flamingo,
like a sloth.
like, ugh.
Like, bro, you get
sloth.
killed by a sloth.
Slowest death ever. You would have to like fall out of the tree, become paralyzed, and then that sloth comes over and just like slowly
No, just use
takes
like
you
his
apart.
one claw to just
Slowly.
little scratches at a time until you bleed out.
I know, right? Just like one, just like.
No, you're going too fast. You're going too fast.
Oh, I know, right? Sloths are so funny. Dude, I heard a thing the other day that if they're talking about CTE and fighters and everything, it's been proven just a drop of water hitting you on the top of the head like every few seconds. Over time, that would kill you. The trauma, like the brain trauma. Yeah, isn't that amazing? I was like, that doesn't make sense to me. But that's how these guys are obviously getting fucked up, like getting CTE and stuff, because if that water droplet over time can get you, imagine what all those punches do over your career.
I've never been hit in the face. I don't know if I could handle it. I'm curious.
I got hit one time.
You got punched in the face one time?
a couple of times. Yeah, a couple of times, yeah.
What was it?
It wasn't that bad. A few times.
It wasn't that bad? The very first time somebody punched you in the face, I'm sure, like, in the moment, it may not be that bad because, like, you got some adrenaline going. Shit's just going kind of crazy. But the next day is probably not very fun.
Like, back in the day, like, we used to mock people. They would say stuff, and then you mocked them in a different voice or something because you were just a stupid little kid, doing that in junior high or something. And I think they were mocking this kid, and he, like, was fed up with it. And just out of a habit, I kind of mocked him.
You're a fucking bully.
Dude, I honestly, it was like I had no intention of like hurting his feelings or being a bully. It was just like I felt like I was zoned out and just kind of said something along with everybody, and I think he might have just been having a bad day. But he punched me, and then I punched him back, and then chased him down the hallway, and he ran to the principal's office. But we were cool after that.
Did you connect with him when you punched him back?
Yeah, it was okay. He had glasses on, and I punched him and, like, knocked his glasses off, and I felt really bad afterwards, too. Yeah. Because he obviously would get bullied and stuff, and I contributed to it without really even realizing it. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't intentional. Mm-hmm. But it was a bitch-ass punch he threw at me. It was nothing. I didn't even hardly feel it. My little brother could punch harder than me.
Remember one time back in high school, I was in PE. Was it PE? Maybe that was junior high. I don't remember, man. I was in some sort of class in the gymnasium, and we were playing dodgeball, right? And I got a little aggressive in the game, and I threw a ball, and it hit a kid, and he fell down and started crying. And I felt bad about it a little bit, so I walked over and helped him back up into his wheelchair, and then kind of continued the game. Yeah. He never.
His wheelchair?
Yeah. But that kid, what was his name? Was it Jerry? I don't know. He never came and watched a game from the stands again. So you just have a moment where you're like, oh, I want to do this, and then as soon as you do it, you're like, why the fuck did I do that?
That's happened to me so many times.
Did you ever get suspended from school?
Maybe for that fight, actually. I think I did. I think I got suspended like 3 days for punching that kid back.
Damn. I got suspended for a week one time. I was in drama class, and we went to a competition. It was out of town, and we had to stay overnight in a hotel. Of course, I was like, fuck, let's drink. But, dude, not beer. Like, we took, like, a couple of bottles of alcohol, like liquor. And me and a couple of the other students.
Yeah, you got to conceal it,
Dude, we got pretty smashed in the hotel that night, and of course, felt like shit the next day. Didn't do very good at the competition. But somebody else in the class told the teacher about it, and that was that. Yeah, the school suspended us for like a week.
Imagine being that fucking kid, that rat.
Yeah.
You
Imagine
that
that.
tells on people.
No, dude.
It's because they didn't get invited.
Yeah, that's probably what it was, yeah. They had to sit in their room and go over their lines while we're down the hall having fun.
Yeah, where are they at now? They don't got friends because they've ratted on everybody.
Man. But yeah, that was a pretty fun time. And I didn't really even get in trouble at home that much. Like, it happened, and my parents, they were a little upset, but it's not like I was grounded at home the whole week. It was kind of just like a week off of school. I just hung around the house and kind of did whatever I wanted to do, so it actually really wasn't that bad.
My dad was actually supportive of, me defending myself, basically. Because I told him, I was like, I wasn't really, trying to bully the kid. I think he was just having a bad day. He punched me in my, I didn't think about it. My automatic instinct was, I immediately punched him back. I swear, I was like, I don't even remember acting on it. It just happened, It was like, boom, boom. And,
I imagine I probably handled the situation the same way, if I was a parent, though, man. If my kid fucked up and did something in school, maybe be a little upset, depending on what it is, I guess. But, for fighting or something, no, probably not fighting, unless they were, the instigator in, bullying or something, some other kids. That's fucked up. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. But defending yourself or, trying to have a little bit of extra fun, just being a kid, man, that's okay. Live your life, man. Live your life, son.
I never wanted to be a bully.
Yeah, man.
I hate that shit.
I really tried to be friends with most everybody, too.
Me too. I was friends with everybody. I really tried to be. And if they had a problem with me, it was probably because they had problems with themselves,
Man, I worked a lot in high school, though, man. I've had a job ever since I was 14 years old, pretty much.
Yeah, me too. My first job when I was 14 at All American Pizza.
Hey, All American Pizza has some good pizza. Did you give out a lot of free pizza, too, like you did Subway sandwiches?
No, you could, eat a pizza every day. And I didn't work there very long because they paid me $5 cash under the table at the time.
An hour?
Yeah. I swear, I think Subway was doing $5.15 an hour. And I got a lot more hours. So I went over there.
All about that 15 cents an hour? Oh,
hell yeah, I got him 15 cents an hour, and it was a legit check and stuff. And Johnny was my boss at All American Pizza. So it was really fun, but I just wasn't really getting many hours, and nobody really took it serious or nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Subway.
Well, for $5 an hour, who the fuck is going to take that job seriously? I mean,
yeah.
What are they expecting?
Ended up getting all the way up to $5.75 before I left for Alfredo's.
Then the big bucks started rolling in once you moved to waiting tables.
Dude, Alfredo's that shit changed my life. I got to thank Edwin for giving me the hookup out there. That was so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were making as much money as our parents, and we were in high school, It was awesome.
I think, and it was probably through you guys that I started working out there too, because I was selling cars before I started working at Alfredo's.
Yeah, and then y'all got in trouble at the casino.
Well,
right?
the casino happened, and then we worked at Hobby Lobby warehouse for a month, and then I got fired from Hobby Lobby because I was tardy 3 times. And
tardy.
That was so stupid. It was even a minute or two late. It wasn't even that much. It's just you clock in anything later than the time you were supposed to start is considered tardy. And if you get 3 of them, then in your probation period, and they fire you.
You could be the best employee ever, but it's sorry, Seth, you got the 3 marks. There's nothing I can do about it. It's are you?
Well, that's the way it was. The third day that I clocked in late, I started working, and an hour later, the boss came up to me, and they're like, "Did you clock in late today?" I was like, "Yeah, just a couple of minutes." And they were like, "Well, that's 3, so give me your badge." I was like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, so I took off my little badge off around my neck, gave it to him, and my Hobby Lobby career was over at that moment. But man, that day though, it was still early in the morning, so that day I went back home. I was living with my grandparents at this time, man. Grandma was like, "What are you doing home so early?" It's like, we got fired. Fuck, Grandma, I'm sorry. Can I have some French toast?
I know. Well, you hungry?
Always.
Getting fired really takes it out of you. Oh, man. I talked to my grandma for 3 hours on the phone last night.
Man, I got to call my grandma tomorrow morning. Today's her birthday. So they're going out for dinner tonight.
Oh, yeah.
So, it'll be tonight their time, morning my time. So I'm gonna wake up in the morning and call her. Like I called her 2 weeks ago on the 1st. Man, this is bad. For whatever reason, I thought the 1st was her birthday, not the 13th. And so I call her. It's the first time I've called her in probably a couple of months. And my dad gives her the phone, and I start singing happy birthday. And she doesn't even stop me. She's like, well, thank you, but it's not my birthday. I was like, God, what the fuck?
You're like, no, I'm just working on it. Like, do you have any pointers? Because, like, I really want to bring it on your birthday.
So I had to make it a point to call her back today on her actual birthday and sing her the song again. So
you called her on the 1st?
Yeah, man, Facebook lied to me. But
and her birthday's on the 13th.
I knew it was November 1 something. I just forgot, man. It just slipped my mind.
Man, I'm bad at that, dude. I can't remember birthdays. When they come by nowadays, I put them in my calendar, and that really
You told me just
helps.
last week what your birthday was, and I'm trying to decide if it's the 17th or 18th. I'm pretty sure it's the 17th.
Yeah, you said, like, are you going to be around on the 17th in Vegas? I'm like,
Ish.
I didn't even say nothing, but it is the 18th.
It's the 18th.
Yeah.
God.
But yours is like the 21st,
I was
right?
wrong on that, too. No, the 1st. Mine's coming up in
Is yours
just a couple of
21st?
weeks. The 1st. First.
Oh, the 1st. Fuck. See, there's that one. There's a one. I just got to take the 2 out.
Yeah, we were close.
Somebody's the 21st. But there's so many birthdays in December.
Yeah.
Are y'all going to make it to Vegas?
I don't know, man. The only thing is, like, just, like, taking the time off of work, like, because we actually have 2 teachers quitting on, like, the 15th or 17th. One of those days is, like, their last days. That's, like, 2 teachers. And so, like, if Jody and I leave, like, when they leave, like, they're real big about, like, making sure that, like, classes can be covered if people are gone and there can be a foreign teacher in there doing the classes and shit. So I don't know, man. I didn't get a chance to, like, talk to my boss today about it because he wasn't there. So I'll try again tomorrow or Friday, whatever.
Do you get days off for Christmas?
We get Christmas off.
You get Christmas Day off, and then what are your normal days off?
Monday, Tuesday. But Christmas Day is on a Wednesday, so that kind of works out. But even still,
That's perfect.
Bro,
Yeah, so like,
that's not
but you're
perfect.
not off Saturday, Sunday.
It basically takes a whole day to travel there and a whole day to travel back.
Yeah,
You know, so it's not.
And like, if you're gonna travel like that, you don't want to spend just like 3 days.
No way.
Yeah,
It has to be worth it. So.
man, I think we need to push it in the summertime. Y'all come back in the summertime, and I can show you a good ass time.
I would like to spend summertime there. I have an idea in my head of what it would be, but to actually be there, I picture myself like trout fishing and walking through big meadows surrounded by mountains.
It's gonna blow your fucking mind. You got to come back in the summer. I'm thinking like July or August.
July or August. July could work out pretty good. There's a little bit of time in July that we'll be able to go somewhere and do something. But,
Dude. Yeah, let's plan for that. Maybe squeeze a trip in between now and then I think me and Mercedes are going to make it to Vegas on my birthday just for a few days. But July or August, you need to come out here because it'll be the warmest months, and there's always so much going on in July and August. Festivals, and all the state parks are open. I mean, all the rivers, the fishing's good. You know, we got the kayaks, and we're going to get a couple more. It's going to be awesome.
That would be fun. I like that idea of rivers and kayaks and shit like that. Definitely something that I cannot do out here, so it would be nice to get on that and see what it's like.
Dude, going back to that casino, how did you get fired from that? I can't remember.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
I kind of remember. I think y'all were like,
we
y'all were doing
were
some Wolf of Wall Street stuff.
Wolf of Wall Street shit, yeah. We were doing a little bit of shady shit, man. So you know, like computers, there's like a password, like a manager's password to like, you know, delete items and things like that they need to. And we knew what the password was. Like we watched them put it in a couple of times, and we're like, that could come in handy. And so like, you know, people would come in and eat. Like a couple, say, would come in and eat. They would order a couple burgers or something, and then after they paid, if they paid with cash, we would go in and just like delete one of the burgers after they already paid, and just pocket that cash that they paid for the burger for. And it was just a little bit here and there to just, you know, make it like we're like, you know, I'm gonna make at least $100 every night because I have my little system. And yeah, man, we did for like 6 months, dude, until finally.
Shady.
I don't even remember how we got
Shady
caught.
Records.
Yeah, just bad choices, man. Dude, we got investigated. Like, we had to do like a little interview, like a recorded interview with like the not FBI, but like the BIA, the Bureau of Indian
At the
Affairs.
Indian reservation, they kind of got their own government. You're messing with like a government-owned facility. You're fucking retarded. How old were you though? You were young, like 17, 18.
Like, I was barely old enough to even gamble. Yeah, 18 years old.
We always do weird shit at 18, you know?
Yeah, man. I remember, like, having that interview with the BIA and, like, sitting down in that room. They had the tape recorder. Dude, it was like a movie, and they were, like, asking these questions about everything that happened. And, like, there's times you debate, like, do I tell the whole truth about this part or this part? But, yeah, but nothing ever happened. Like, we had that interview, and then, like, they didn't try to, like, press charges or anything, so. I basically got...
Did they tell you what the comps equal to?
Yeah, the dollar amount. Richard's was a lot more than mine. I think mine was, it wasn't even a lot. I mean, it was like maybe, like, it was like $1,200 or so. So, yeah, and then
on
Richard's,
your end,
yeah. And then,
total?
No, on my end. And Richard's was, I think, closer to like 15 or 16. So, but, like, again, for a casino, dude, that's fucking pennies. So, like, it would have cost them more to, like, press charges and, like, you know, prosecute and stuff than it would. It wasn't worth their time to, like, you know, actually, like, do anything legally about it. But I did get forever banned from the casino, and so, like, I got kicked out of there one time too. They recognized me a few years later. I went back. It was like on.
They did.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
crazy.
it was like on Thanksgiving. I went there with one of my cousins who came down for Thanksgiving, and we just went to just play slots for a little bit, and yeah, and some time had passed, like 3 or 4 years, and I'm in there playing a slot machine, and a security guard walks up to me and taps me on the shoulder. He's like, "Hey." He's like, come on, man. You got to cash out and come with me. You can't be in here. I was like, fuck. Okay. Yeah, and they kicked me out.
Dude, at one time around that age, I'm not lying, I was banned from Penn Square Mall, Walmart in El Reno, and the bowling alley. Like,
so
all at the same time.
Walmart, did you try to steal something?
Walmart, I got caught for trying to steal. So stupid. I was stealing, like, performance-enhancing... Like,
sex pills?
Pills, or not sex pills, like working out. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Just some. It was probably like creatine tablets or something. I don't know what the fuck it was. It was just in the sports nutrition stuff, and so we try to open it up and just like dump it in our pockets, and so boom, banned from Walmart. And then we went to Penn Square, and there was snow on the top of the parking garage, but they had the parking garage all taped off and had barriers and stuff. So I just drove through it all and got up top in my little Honda. We're up there doing donuts, like, and pulling the e-brake. Because there's no cars up there. Like, there was no cars in the parking garage, and there was fresh snow everywhere. Then the security's chasing me out of the parking garage. Like, and then I get down to the bottom, and there's another security guy, and he cuts off the exit. And so they catch me, and they take me to the back and
oh shit,
ban me from Penn Square.
A security mall, man. Security at a mall is I don't want to say it's a joke, but it's kind of a joke. It just cracks me up, man.
It's definitely a joke. But they had the vehicles. The vehicles cut me off, dude. They did like a FBI style play on me, you know, like when I came down, because he was like, "Who's coming out this exit?" And then they do just like right in front. It was weird. It was crazy.
I imagined them on a Segway, but I don't think they had Segways back when you were still in high school.
No, I don't think they had Segways.
I picture a Segway though,
they
like
weren't
when you told me that story.
as hard.
That's so funny.
And then a couple years prior, we were at the bowling alley where everybody used to hang out all the time. Remember?
Yeah.
Everybody in high school used to go to the bowling alley. That was the place to go. Until this night. I was with Jared Mitchell, and there's a bunch of people outside, you know, like 40, 50 people probably. And there was this metal pole on the ground, and Jared was like, "You won't throw that up to those Highline wires?" And I was just like, "Yeah, I will." And I just threw it up there, and dude, It blew up both the transformers. All the power went out. Everybody's game got cut off, and they all lost their money, lost their scores, because they couldn't open the registers, apparently.
God.
This is what I heard because I ran immediately and hid in the woods. The cops came to my house, and, like, I hid out for a couple hours and then went to Forrest Friday's house and stayed the night at his house.
Oh, my God.
And I finally went home, and I didn't know the cops had came to my house because somebody told on me.
Fucking rats, man.
Rats, dude. That's why I hate
It's
them.
probably that same dude that told on me for drinking in the hotel. He just happened to be in the bowling alley that night.
Probably, dude. Fucking rats. But,
man.
yeah, so I get home, my dad, he knows all about it. So we have to go back up to the bowling alley. He takes me back up to the bowling alley to apologize. The guy bans me from the bowling alley for life.
Oh, my God. Was your dad mad?
So at the same time, oh, yeah, he was really upset. But they ended up remodeling, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Getting all new stuff. I think that was maybe a part of that insurance check.
Oh,
I don't know.
You contributed to the upgrade. They should be
Yeah,
they
but
should be
then
thanking
after
you.
that night, like, yeah, they never allowed people to hang out like they used to after that night.
Damn.
I was the reason for that. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, you know, I got really scared.
That's that thing, though. You look back and you're like, you just do stupid shit. You're like, why did I do that? Like, I don't know. I threw it up there and the pole connected with one high line wire, and then it fell on the other one, so they arced across.
Yeah.
And then it was just all hell broke loose. Dude, I could see my shadow as I was running away. It was so bright. Yeah. And it was like, woo, woo. Dude, and there was people out, like, somebody could have got killed. And I was just, you're just a fucking stupid-ass teenager,
Yeah,
you know?
man.
Yeah.
I remember
Crazy.
I tried to steal something from Walmart one time and almost got caught. But I was luckily a smooth criminal and was able to get away with it. It wasn't even my idea though, man. It was my brother's idea. Like I was there with him and Johnny, and of course, man, like when I hung out with my brother and his older friends, like, you know, I would do everything I can. Like I wanted to be like them. Like I wanted to be a part of their friend group and shit, you know. So, but I had a big coat on, a big OU coat, and it's probably even my brother's coat that I was wearing because I just remember it was oversized and it was way too big for me to be wearing. But we're back in the CD section. This is when CDs were still, you know, a thing. Looking at
Those
CDs.
were hard to steal, too.
Yeah, well, so what he did, yeah, because they had like those sensors like inside the plastic wrap and shit, and so like you had to be, you had to like break into the case to like steal. Anyways, you couldn't steal those very easily. I didn't know that at the time. So my brother finds a CD that he wants, and he's like, hey, just put this in your jacket and let's walk out with it. I'm like, okay. Okay, that sounds good.
Why didn't everybody do this?
Yeah.
This is easy.
So I put it in my coat pocket, and we walk around a little bit more, and we go to leave, and we walk through the exit, and the sensors go off. Beep, 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 beep. And so the older lady, you know, the welcome to Walmart lady, you know, doing the card says, hey guys, come back here. And so we go, and she says, all right, everybody walk through one at a time to see who it is. So my brother walks through, nothing happens. Johnny walks through, nothing happens. I walk through, and it goes off again. So I walk back in, and it goes off again for me going in and out. And she's like, okay, well, did you buy anything here recently? And fuck, my belt. I just bought my belt here. And okay, so she's taking her little wand, and she's scanning around. Oh, no. I'm sorry, I take that back. Fuck, I fucked up this story. After I come back in, she says I need to call the manager to let him know what's going on. So when she turns around to use the phone, I take the CD out of my pocket and I slip it into one of the shopping carts so she doesn't see. So after she gets off the phone, she turns back around. Then she asks me, did you buy anything here recently? That's when I was like, oh, yeah, maybe my belt. So then she's taking her wand and like going around my body trying to find it. It doesn't go off. And she says, all right, well, walk through again. I walk through again and it doesn't go off. And she says, okay, have a good night and lets us go.
Nice.
But man,
dude.
yeah. Oh, I was so
Very
scared.
nice. That was smooth.
Yeah, man, it was.
I was thinking that too, like if you could finesse the CD out, but then you were like, well, she was like kind of checking you with the wand. I'm like, damn,
Dude,
she's already out.
Kate and Johnny, of course,
yeah, I would
are
have done the same thing.
Kate and Johnny are just like standing to the side. You know, they're probably 10, 12 feet away, and they're just watching. You know, just kind of like with their hands over their mouths, talking to each other, probably saying like, "Oh shit, what's gonna happen to Seth tonight?" They're probably laughing at me, thinking like this
Yeah.
this idiot actually tried to steal a CD. But man, yeah, I don't, dude. I've never really
I
tried to
hated
steal.
stealing.
Yeah, I never really tried to steal anything else, man. I think I tried to steal maybe
I
like
felt so gross, you know.
I tried to take like a piece of beef jerky from Love's one time because their beef jerky is really good but really expensive. But you could like
that's true.
you could like open their jar and take one piece out of the jar, and they don't put stickers on those individual pieces of beef jerky. So they're
Do you remember people used to steal from Hollister like
Oh,
crazy?
yeah.
Richard, Edwin, all them dudes used to like.
Yeah.
I think Richard worked there, right? And
Abercrombie.
He told me one time.
Maybe he worked at Hollister.
No, I think he worked at both of them. But I do remember Hollister specifically. He said one night all the employees like grabbed a couple bags and he's like, "What's going on?" And they went in there and just raided the whole store.
What?
And so he got a bunch of clothes.
Oh
yeah,
my
I swear to
God.
God. We used to go in there and I would like block Edwin and he would put the shirt down and rip that little sensor off the
Yeah.
side. So like all of our shirts had the little hole in the side because of the sensor getting ripped out.
Yeah.
And I would never steal. I would always drive, and then I would tell Edwin what shirt I wanted.
Yo,
And
bro.
then he would rip that thing out. Then we leave there fresh as fuck with our little holes in the side. But
Yo, Edwin,
man, still
the
feeling
back
good,
right
you know?
corner, third shelf up, there's this red shirt.
Yeah,
me get one of those.
it says HCO on it.
Size medium.
It's light blue. The font's like a burgundy.
Oh my God. Dude, I worked at Abercrombie for one day. One day.
You did?
Yeah. And after that one day, I was like,
I still like that Fierce, dude.
Bro,
I like that Fierce. I don't really wear much cologne here lately, but man, Fierce is fire.
dude, how much cologne do they spray in that place? Like every day at opening, right? Like somebody walks around with a bottle of that cologne and just like sprays it over the whole
You
store.
only worked there for a day. You are already sick of it.
Dude, it was so stupid. Like, I didn't even get to work out front where the cool people worked, you know? Like, they put me in back, like, arranging clothes and inventory in the back, and I was like,
That's fucked
fuck
up.
this. I'm not going to work in the back of a
That's fucked
store
up.
in a mall. Like, I didn't even go collect my check. Like, I made maybe
Oh my.
$40 for that day or something. Like, they put me on schedule for one day, and, like, I just never showed back up. I didn't even call them or anything. I just was like, nope. Not for me.
That's so funny.
They're like, you have to wear.
Dude, that was like a thing when you were a kid and you went to the mall and the Hollister or Abercrombie or like American Eagle maybe asked you to work there or the Buckle, you know? You'd be like, damn, I'm cool, you know? I must be like hip.
No.
They think I'm hip,
No.
you know? They want me to work here and kind of vibe out, you
Yeah,
know? Pack sun.
they never asked me to work anywhere.
Man, we used to go to Fast Forward when they had Fast Forward. I'm not sure if it's still around, but it's that big skate shop. It used to be on the corner right there by the food court. It was like a huge wraparound section of the
Yeah,
mall. So badass, dude. And we'd go in there and like those guys that would put grip tape on the boards and stuff, man, they were like our heroes. And they all knew us. And we'd go in there and talk to everybody. And yeah, it was so funny. Like 13, 14, just like fanboying on these like, you know, 25, 30-year-old skaters.
Who probably hated their job too.
Yeah, I met Bam Margera there.
I remember that. I remember when it was a thing. He came to the mall there, and some of y'all went
Yeah,
down
it
there
was
and
cool.
did that whole deal.
Bam Margera and a couple other guys, I can't remember. I had him sign a plunger. I still have it.
To this day.
Yeah, I still have it.
Bam Margera's line. That's a good item for a celebrity to sign. Well, for Bam.
Well,
to
remember, he had that bit where he smashed a plunger into his dad's face while his dad was sleeping. And it was like a big deal. Like, they made a skateboard out of it and everything, I think, like the image of that. And, you know, that's kind of where I picked it up, I guess.
sign. Yeah, that's funny.
But I think I'm pretty sure, like, that's probably the only plunger he's ever signed, ever.
That's pretty good. Have you met any other celebrities besides him? I know I've met a couple. I've met a
don't
couple
know.
of athletes.
Well, we remember, like, I did that thing here in Montana not too long ago, and like Mila
Yeah.
Kunis and Ashton Kutcher and the star of How I Met Your Mother, and like all these big wigs were there. It was crazy. I talked to the creator of Instagram. Yeah, I talked with that guy from How I Met Your Mother. I talked to Mila Kunis, so that was cool.
Is it?
There was a bunch of people there, dude.
It's got to be a little different, like having a conversation with those people, right?
I don't know, like, they all were so down to earth. And I don't know, maybe it's something about Montana, or I don't know what it is. People are just so
Bro,
chill.
I don't know if I could keep it in my pants if I was having a conversation with Mila Kunis.
It wasn't like a full-blown conversation. Like, I was like the waiter.
It was like
taking
you
the
want some
plates and
cheese?
shit, you know?
Hey, Mila,
Literally.
you want some cheese?
No, literally.
All right.
I took her plate and I told her thank you. And then she said, no, thank you.
And that's it?
That was it. That was the whole...
That's not talking to nobody, man. That's saying
What would you
thank
call it?
I guess.
I said I
man.
talked to, right? Not talked with Mila.
So
Kunis.
you said some words to her. She heard the words and said something back. And then that was it.
That's what's funny. Like, I took her plate and I told her thank you.
Yeah.
And then she was like, no, thank you. I'm like, oh, yeah, right?
Yeah, you are right. You're welcome.
Okay. Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know if she liked me or what, but...
Like, are you guys friends now? Maybe you'll go grab a coffee sometime?
Yeah, me and Ashton, we
Yeah.
talk football.
Yeah.
I don't know much about football, but it's Ashton, so, like,
Yeah.
I've been kind of,
You just gotta go with it.
you know, trying to study up. Yeah.
Yeah.
They did invite us, like, over, but we had shit to do.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot going on in Montana these days, so.
Yeah.
Man,
So.
I waited on Gary England one time in the News 9 weather team at Nona's. That was, I felt starstruck
Man,
in
nobody
there.
knows who Gary England is.
Well, those-
I waited on Kelso.
Our our Oklahoma friends back home are gonna be like, what? No,
Gary England, he's my favorite of all the tornado
dude.
guys.
Who is a bigger known name in Oklahoma than Gary England? Like what Oklahoman? Maybe Toby Keith, but like in Oklahoma,
Garth Brooks.
In Oklahoma, okay, Toby Keith, Garth Brooks, Reba McEntire.
I can actually think of a lot, and then
Fine.
if you go into sports and stuff, but no, Gary
No.
England. That's a big name, dude.
Those weathermen are such stupid big celebrities in Oklahoma because of I don't know why. I mean,
Gary
I get
England's
it.
so hot right now.
I get it. Like we get some crazy weather in Oklahoma, but it's kind of crazy the attention that the meteorologists get for just being
Yeah.
a weatherman on TV.
They are like celebrities, and it's like a football season. You know, when tornadoes are around, it's
Oh,
like
dude, stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing. Turn
Yeah,
on the news
yeah.
and watch 6 straight hours of severe weather coverage. That's 3 hours up the road. It's not even going to come close to you, but you're going to watch it on TV because everybody's waiting for that tornado. Like, nobody wants a tornado, but everybody kind of wants a tornado, you know? Like,
yeah. Something about that chaos. I don't know why. Like when people go into that chaos mode and everybody's just like buying bread and water and freaking out. Nobody can focus on anything
Oh, man.
but this monster in the sky. It's fun, you know?
It is
Even
fun.
though death is the ultimate price to pay.
If we knew, if like, you know, they said like today's going to be a high chance of severe weather or tornadoes, like fucking work, sometimes work would cancel or whatever,
Yeah.
you know, like people go home early. And so like if that happened, a couple people would come over and we just have tornado watch parties. We'd buy a bunch of beer, we'd turn on the news and we'd watch the weather and storms for 3 or 4 hours drinking and playing drinking games
It
about
was
the
so
weather.
much fun.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I would go to my grandparents, and they, man, you know, they're the type of grandparents that got cookies and candy and
Yeah.
soda and whiskey and beer and games, you know, board games, and yeah, like the news is on. They got the fire going. They got the cellar ready.
Yeah.
And it's a good ass time, dude. It really is.
fun.
But those last couple, they got too close for comfort out there by my grandparents. Literally, the last couple that went through there were only within 5 miles from their house for sure.
There was one that was just south of El Reno this last year, right? No, it went
Yeah.
through
No,
El Reno.
it was in El
Yeah,
Reno.
it hit that
Yeah, yeah.
dealership and shit. Yeah. I
Over
remember
by
that.
Diffie.
Yeah, I do remember
Yeah.
that.
See, and that's only a few miles from their house.
Dude, you remember that?
And that killed a couple people.
Yeah, there was that one a few years, well, shit, not a few years ago, probably 6 years ago, that went through Moore and, like, fucked up Moore really bad and, like, hit the Warren Theater and a bunch of those neighborhoods and stuff. And then my brother was only, like, a block away from, like, the path of it. They had, like, a bunch of roof damage and shit like that. But man, you remember those days like when tornadoes happened? Because like I was working at a hospital. I was actually still in school at a hospital, and everything was stopped, and everybody was gathered around the TVs because like they watched this tornado drop and start to build, and you're just watching it on TV, and the helicopters fly around and see it, and you see it start hitting these neighborhoods and all the debris flying in the air, and then of course the aftermath coverage of the destruction and what's going on afterwards is. Are you peeing?
Yes, no problem. Dude, how did your commercial go?
Actually, it's funny that you asked that too, because I was just looking today to see if they posted the videos yet online. They're still doing the editing and stuff because the dude who was doing like the directing and who's like the owner of the product, he said he would send me the link to everything once it's done and uploaded and whatnot, and he'll send me copies of everything too. So it's just not done. It's just not done. It's still in the editing phase and whatnot. So I imagine.
Is there a timeline, or have you even?
I mean, I asked him about it. He said he wants it out as soon as possible, obviously. So just as fast as they can. I imagine it shouldn't be. It should be any day now. You would think, but I don't know.
I can't wait to see it.
I don't know either though, because like I don't know, I've never been on that side of the room of like going through the editing and all the shit that they have to do.
I don't know.
So I'm sure they probably like add
I'd like to
music
try that.
and add like intros and
I wonder
outros.
how long it's gonna
and
be.
shit. How long?
5 minutes.
No. It's a whole bunch of short clips. It's just a lot of short clips. Yeah. So I got another friend out here who's working on like his own little production company, and he just talked to me or sent me a script today for a little short scene that they want to do. So basically they kind of want to do like a little promo video for their company, and the script is like there's a boss of a hotel who gives like the manager of a hotel is like, hey, here's some money, our sales are down, you do whatever you think you can do to like make our sales go up, here's a bunch of money to take care of what you need to. Well, the manager
Like a marketing.
yeah kind of, but he takes the money and spends it on like a vacation instead of putting it towards the business like he's supposed to, because he's given just like a bag of cash, whatever. And anyway, so like when he hires this company to come in, the company comes in, he's like, all right, man, I want this, and this, and makes it sound like this really badass promotional video. And they're like, okay, well, this is going to be about, 10,000 RMB. And he's like, oh, well, maybe we don't need models, we don't need this and that, blah, blah, blah. And he starts cutting all this stuff, and they're like, well, how much do you have to spend? And he's like, I got 300. And the guy pulls out his cell phone and, like, takes a little video of him, like, saying, like, 2 sentences and puts his cell phone back in his pocket, and he's like, all right, we're done. So, yeah. More or less, that's what it is.
When did that happen?
No. This is a little video
It's a skit.
Yeah, it's a skit that like they want to shoot.
Oh.
So they want me to play like the manager who's like who spends the money and then like tries to negotiate a commercial for 300 kwai.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's like
That'd
a
be
skit.
awesome.
Yeah.
So they're gonna like film you going out having a good time and stuff.
I don't know what all they're wanting to do, but they said they're going Saturday to scout out a couple locations of where they want to shoot at and whatnot. So. Well,
That'd be awesome, like showing you going to the strip club and like getting drinks and going out partying.
I don't think
getting
it'll
these
be all that.
Like all this food.
I don't. It's
Real
definitely not
extravagant.
going to be all that. It's going to be like a low budget thing.
Y'all have strip clubs? Y'all definitely have
Fuck
strip
no,
clubs here.
dude. There's no strip clubs in China. No. You can definitely go get a massage and get a hand job, but you can't go to a strip club.
From a lady boy?
No, there aren't lady boys out here. Well, if there are, they're not seen in public very often.
Yeah. To each their own.
Yeah. Yo, I just found out okay, I've lived in this spot where we're at for almost a year now. Over a year now. And I just found out 2 days ago that there's a place across the street, massage place. You can get like a full body massage and they'll like clean out under your nails and trim your nails and give you a full body massage for like 79 RMB, which is basically like $11. And it lasts like an hour. So it's like an hour for like $11, and I'm like, it is
sounds amazing. I
literally
could use
right
that
across
right
the
now.
street. Like it would take me less than 2 minutes to walk across the street and go to this place, and I didn't even know it was there until like 2 days ago. So
I think I'll be doing that at least once a week.
yeah, I'm probably gonna have to get on that pretty soon. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll wake up and do it before I go to work tomorrow or something. So yeah.
I don't like people digging in my my toenails though.
Yeah, they say like they'll like scrape all like the dead skin off your feet and stuff. I'm like, I don't really have dead skin on my feet, but I don't know. I guess I'd probably be surprised. Do you think it hurts?
Man, I don't want people like messing with my feet.
Dude, they take like a cheese grater to like your feet and to take out the dead skin.
I don't think I could sit still. I think I would kick that lady in the face just on accident.
Yeah.
It was like,
I don't think I could handle it very well either. But I'm gonna go try soon. Soon I'll go try and see if it's worth my $11.
I bet it'd be nice though. I bet my feet could use it.
Yeah.
I got some nasty feet.
So, nasty feet.
Well, they're not that bad. They're okay. I try to maintain them, but man, it's just like, God, after years of like skateboarding, and then I had like this soccer thing happen where my toenail separated from the membrane of my big toe.
Ooh.
And so now that nail doesn't grow back right. It's like trying to connect, but it just can't, and it's all fucked up, dude. I got a little case of athlete's foot, maybe. And,
Man, when I worked in surgery, on Wednesdays I worked with a foot doctor. So like every Wednesday we would do foot surgeries, and bro, you haven't seen nasty feet until you have to go in and operate on those motherfuckers. Oh my God. Dude, people who don't trim their toenails, or people whose toes are all crisscross applesauce, and
yeah. How does that happen? How does their toes like? I think maybe these girls are wearing shoes that are like really narrow or something.
dude, I have no
It like forces
idea.
their feet to like grow in this strange like vine weaving matter. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's really weird, man. Like I don't know. I've seen some fucked up feet, and I guarantee you, your feet are nowhere close.
No, mine really aren't that bad, and it's just that one toenail really bothers me, and I do have an itch, but I used to have really bad athlete's foot. My shit's like pretty good right now, but you know, they're not the prettiest feet, but shit, I'm a man, dude.
Yeah.
I do a lot of shit.
Man, my grandpa has some fucked up. I remember looking at my grandpa's feet all the time when he had his socks off, and you just stare, and you're like, old people, man.
Some people get so fat they can't get down there and maintain them too. You know?
Well, it's not even that. They just get old, man, and like their nails start growing differently, and they probably just don't care that much anymore. So,
man.
Yeah.
That's going to be scary, dude, when your body just starts giving up on you, you know?
Like, what do you think, like, these people are going to look like? These people, like athletes who, or not even just athletes, just anybody, like, with tattoos and shit, who have, like, full sleeves and shit like that, like, when they get older, like, how much is going to distort
I don't know. Like, I almost think it's kind of cool, like, when them, like, old sailors, those old guys with the old sailor tattoos from the 50s and 60s or something.
Yeah.
They look badass to me. I'm like, dude, it doesn't matter. Your skin's already going to be all fucked up. You're going to look all old and wrinkly, and you're probably going to have a belly, and everything's going to be sagging and gray. And so who cares if you got some fucked up tattoos, too? You're all fucked up anyway.
Yeah. I've been debating on getting another tattoo. I don't know, man. I'm picky now because I've kind of fucked up with my first two tattoos. So now I'm like super picky on what I want to get next. I think what I may do is I guess I just like cover up the ones that I have, and like try to just improve on what they are.
You have only God can judge me.
No, it's that my God is my judge. Yeah, across my
that's what it
back.
says?
Yeah, my God is my judge.
God is my judge.
Dude, it's so
okay.
fucked up. It could probably look like only God can judge me. Like, you can read it either way. Like, it doesn't really matter.
The tattoo on my side it's always needed to get touched up, you know, but man, that shit hurts so bad. I just can't go back. But there's spaces where it's just jagged and there's ink missing and it's faded. Like, looks like shit. I need to go get it all done up, but man.
I can't believe me, man. Again, dude, that's what the name of this episode needs to be called, is just young and dumb. But the one on my back, Louise gave it to me where were we at? Were we at Nick's house?
Louise gave you that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I think we were at Nick Gamble's house when he did it too. I don't remember, but yeah, dude. Yeah, Louise drew it up and put it on, and I was proud for the first couple of years, and then as time goes on, it's just like, what?
What do you not like about it? Did the lines and color hold up?
Yeah, it's
like,
just...
Did Luis do a good job?
At the time it happened, I think it was okay, but like it...
He was probably pretty fresh to tattoo.
He was, yeah. For as big as a project that it was, yeah, he was pretty fresh. It's just...
And then the message, like, you're not even really religious.
I'm not religious. No. No, like, not at all. Like, I'm like, I'm pretty convinced there's really, like, not even a God. So, like,
That's what makes it even better.
I guess. Yeah. So, like, there is some humor in it now. My God is my judge. Who's your God? Nah, there's not one. So, but that also means, like, you know, like, yeah, nobody can judge me. Like, not like nobody can judge me, but, like, the judgment doesn't matter, maybe, of whoever's judging.
And I've been thinking maybe God can be a word for a lot of different things.
Yeah, that's true, too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody's kind of pointing in the same basic direction with the word, and then there's a lot of things that are inexplicable or just theories that, like, the human language doesn't really have words to describe, so you just kind of land on God as this higher power or bigger being than what's going on down here.
Yeah, but that was like the meaning for the tattoo is just like other people's opinions don't matter to me. It was like the meaning is just like, I'm gonna be me.
Yeah.
Like,
and then you got the is it a Chinese
I have
symbol?
a Chinese symbol, like a character.
Dude, how ironic. It's like you wrote it into existence.
Man, this shit is so stupid. Like, it's a traditional Chinese character. Like, why people get other languages, like, tattooed on them without, like, 100% verifying, like, that's what that means is... doesn't make any sense. I thought it meant funny. Because when I got this tattoo, like, tattoos weren't even legal in Oklahoma yet. Like, we had to go down to Texas to get this tattoo because you couldn't get them in Oklahoma.
You're like a cowboy.
Yeah, man. Again, just a bad boy, man, in my younger days. Making weird decisions.
Hell yeah. So you got that app on your phone where you can scroll over Chinese symbols. Will it even pick it up?
Dude, I haven't even tried that. I think I should maybe do that.
You haven't tried that?
No, I haven't even thought about doing that.
That would have been the first thing I did when I got that thing.
I didn't even think about that. Oh, my God. I'm going to try it. Yeah, hang on a second.
Do it right now.
Let's see if it picks this up. Dude, that's so funny. Like, I never even thought of, like, using Google Translate to, like, see if it picks up my tattoo.
I can't wait to see.
But here's the deal. Like, I work with a bunch of Chinese people, and I showed a couple of them, and I was like, what does this mean? And they're like, nothing. Like, it means nothing. It's like, it's a traditional...
They don't know.
No, it's like a traditional character that really doesn't mean anything standing alone. Like, it has to, like, pair with another character to have meaning. So it's kind of like I got the word "the" tattooed on my chest.
It is something, but it doesn't mean anything.
I mean,
without.
it is a character. It just doesn't have any meaning to it. All right, yeah, hold on a second. I'm getting this translate. Here we go. I wonder if I can switch to my front camera too.
I'm anxious. This is gonna be awesome.
Well, this is kind of hard because I can't like.
Where's Jody?
I know, right? Jody, come here. Yeah, I'm kind of curious too to see if like this translation. Jody, hey, use the Google Translate app to see if my tattoo translates anything. See if it picks it up.
It's trying.
It's trying. Even Google Translate's like, what the fuck?
It says J-I-E.
It says J-I-E?
Yeah.
J-I-G?
J-I-E.
That's not Chinese.
It doesn't even give you an English word?
No. It doesn't give me a Chinese word either. So.
It doesn't give her a Chinese or an English word.
Oh, it says from Chinese J-I-E meaning heroic or outstanding.
All right, so I'm a hero.
Not
I'm
bad.
a hero, baby.
But this symbol that I'm looking at, I'm not sure if that looks like the same symbol you got. I don't know. I can't really remember.
Oh, I can tell. I can send you another picture right now.
Look up that J-I-E
J-I-E
meaning, and it'll show you. Isn't that what it said?
That's what Jody said. J-I-E.
It says from Chinese.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you a picture of my boob right now so you can see if it looks the same. Now it may be backwards though. It's probably gonna be backwards from how I sent it, but you can like look at it and see if it's the same. Yo, that's funny. I never thought about using the Google Translate app for my tattoo. That's funny.
No, this doesn't match.
How you like that? How do you like that little picture right there, huh?
That's a sweet tat.
Yeah.
Who's your artist?
Larry.
Dude, my artist was getting mad because I kept moving on my side. Like, he was like, man, you gotta stop moving. I'm like, man, this fucking hurts. It hurts so bad.
Yeah, so like tattoos, yeah, maybe I'd get that covered up. Like, it was supposed to mean funny. Because I was really trying to do a lot of stand-up comedy, like at, the Looney Bin and stuff, and I thought, yeah, give me something that means funny. Why I wouldn't just write funny in English. That would have been a lot simpler. But no, I had to get it in Chinese, because those were a thing, man, dude. Like, Chinese characters were, just Chinese shit was kind of popular during that time, man, of high school.
A lot of people did that. Yeah, a lot of folks got... It like kind of followed the tribal tattoo thing, and then like the tribal kind of followed the barbed wire.
Oh, barbed wires, man.
thing.
Thank God I didn't get a fucking barbed wire across my arm.
You can tell how old somebody is. Like, if they got barbed wire, they're working on 40.
Definitely.
You know, that's just how old.
Man. But same like tribal tattoos too. You're right, like barbed wire and tribal tattoos, just like a band around your bicep, man. If you had a band around your bicep, you were.
Oh yeah, I mean you were hot back then. That's what makes me nervous about getting new tattoos now. Am I gonna think like that about my new tattoos 40 years from now? Like, what the fuck?
Dude, we're just making full circle with how we started with like trends and Mercedes fucking dyeing her armpits and waxing her eyebrows, man. It's just trends, man. Things are gonna happen. Things are gonna be hot.
I
and
wish we could
popular.
dress like a long trench coat and like people carry swords.
Do you think the Egyptians or the Romans wore underwear? Like in their robes and stuff? Probably not, right? They're just free balling, walking around with just like a sheet over their body every day. That sounds kind of nice.
But their shit went hard, dude. Like if you look at the old, like the craftsmanship, like King Tut's stuff that he was buried with, man, that shit is so amazing
man.
how they were able to do that
Ballin'.
back in the day. Yeah. Oh my God, their shit went hard, and it was like pure gold. Like, man, that's when fashion peaked.
Oof.
People were wearing pure gold, dude. Like outfits.
He was the Giorgio Armani of his day, man. He was the... Yeah, bro. Man.
That's so funny.
He was Armani. Dude, that part of history is so interesting. Like
It is. And the pyramids, how the fuck they make them
aliens,
pyramids,
bro.
man?
It's
They had to have
it's aliens, man.
Yeah.
Aliens.
Yeah.
I see that History Channel guy when I see that. Aliens, you know.
They're the mean
Yeah.
aliens. Like, hold your hands up. Like,
Yeah, dude, I did that when I said that
Crazy.
too. I held up my hands and I was fucking aliens. I'm shaking them by my head, saying aliens.
aliens.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, it's happened. They're there.
I believe it. It's a big, big galaxy. I mean, think about, we can't even explore our own ocean. Look up in the sky. Imagine the vastness of that if you can't even get to your own ocean.
Well, how do you explain like pyramids in like Mexico and in Egypt that were made around the same time, but like have the same design and like concepts and stuff that like...
Yeah, exactly. They had no way of getting this information out to the other colonies and other tribes. They probably didn't even know each other existed, but somehow they had the same designs. Aliens. I believe it.
I think it would be a lot of fun to be abducted by an alien and then sent back to Earth, right?
It would be so impactful that, like, it would be something you could never, ever forget, and you would think about it every day for eternity.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't be able to talk about it because everybody would just look like you were crazy.
Like, you're never going to be able to have a normal conversation with anybody ever again. Like, if you let the word out that, like, yo, guys, I got abducted by aliens last night, and you start to tell that story, like, that's it. You're going to talk about nothing. You're going to talk about nothing else for the rest of your life than being abducted by an alien. Man.
I know, man. Like, not a day would go by where you wouldn't think about that.
No.
Like, what the hell was that? And there's a lot of people out there that claim that has happened to them. And they're that crazy person. They're the alien
Yeah, and they're
person
the
now.
crazy person. Like, how many...
What if?
Are there even any interviews out there where like they interview somebody who doesn't look like a crazy person who says that they've seen or been abducted by aliens?
Yeah, that's always the problem, right? It's like the people that they get that talks about aliens are always kind of loony anyways. So you're like, who knows what they're seeing?
That's the same with
those...
like even news stories, man. Just like a regular news story of like your nightly news. Like, why do they always have to interview like the most ridiculous person for something that happened? Maybe that's because like that's the only people that want to talk on camera is like just the crazies of the world or the people who are just a little bit off of their rocker.
That's true.
But it seems like the majority,
like the guys that are normal, down to earth people, they don't want to be exposed and be known as the alien guy. Although they have had these experiences, they're not going to go out and tell everybody.
But it's not even that. It's just like even just like the local events, like the Miss Brown. From Oklahoma, actually. The Miss Brown. Remember? She was like, oh, Lord Jesus, there's a fire. Ain't nobody got time for that. Yeah. Like,
Ain't nobody got time for it.
she's a thing, though. But, like, this seems like a lot of interviews that happen of just, like, regular civilians are always just abnormal people. Like, they can't just get a regular guy, like, just like a regular guy to, like, tell the story about what happened. They have to find, like, that unique personality to tell a story of what happened. Maybe they do that on purpose, though. Maybe they do that because like they want people to talk about who they interviewed and like to talk about the story because they're talking about
Well,
so
these days it's like you're trying to get a sound bite or you're trying to become a meme, because if you become a meme, you'll get spread all over the world.
Yeah.
And so they're like, if you say something crazy and become a meme, that's actually really good for you and your business. They say that people have what they call meme teams.
Meme teams?
Celebrities have their own meme teams that make memes about them in order for these memes to go viral. Like Brian Brinkman just sent me this one meme, and the thing's like 2 minutes long. It's like a video, and I guess you would consider it a meme the way it's constructed. And it goes on for 2 minutes, and it has got a 50 Cent song in the background. So seductive. I'll take you to the candy shop. And it only plays for like 10 seconds, and then it loops again. People keep adding on to it. But I'm just thinking about how many plays 50 Cent is getting because of this meme. And they know that. Yeah, so these celebrities have these meme teams pumping them out.
Dude, memes are so great. I love looking at memes, dude.
They are great. I like them too. It's a little exhausting sometimes where I'm just like, shut the fuck up.
Have you seen all those? The hot ones now are like the Epstein didn't kill himself. Have you seen a lot of those?
That he didn't? Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. Every WeChat groups. There's a specific WeChat group that I'm in that like every day somebody's posting a new meme about like Epstein didn't kill himself. And there's some pretty fucking good ones out there, man.
Dude, you need to send me some of those groups. I didn't even know that was a thing. I just started this book called 12 Rules for Life, An Antidote to Chaos, that one by Jordan Peterson. One of the quotes he said yesterday at the beginning of the book, it's insane. It says, the richest 85 people have as much as the bottom 3.5 billion.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
That's unreal, those numbers. The richest 85 people have as much as the bottom 3.5 billion.
What?
That's like mind-blowing.
When does it become too much?
Why do they need so much? I saw this thing the other day. This guy was suggesting like this thing called a Zelda purse. I guess in the Zelda purse, like you get a maxed, like a 999999999 limit, Mm-hmm. And then anything over that just kind of spills over.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? Like what? Like one individual can make just under $1 billion. You know what I mean? What if they're or like once you reach 1 billion, then it just gets pumped through the bottom because man, that's fucked up. The richest 85 people have as much as the bottom 3.5 billion. That's like, what the hell? What's going on here?
Yeah, there
that's
definitely becomes a point where like you don't need any more. Like what? Like there's a stopping point when it comes to how much money you can have. I mean,
yeah, I think $1 billion is like a pretty reasonable limit,
Reasonable, definitely. Like $1 billion. Oh my God, $1 billion. Easily lived comfortably the rest of your life with $1 billion. Like, why do you need $2 billion? Why do you? Yeah, I don't know, man.
We
That's
got 85
crazy.
people collecting all the dough, while 3.5 billion are getting scraps. And those 85 people are going to continue to do that. They're collecting.
Oh yeah,
collecting.
they're not gonna slow down. Why would they?
But they are smart individuals who are employing a ton of people. Wouldn't you want to drive those people? And like a capitalist system, how being successful and making money that drives people to work and to hire and to create. So that kind of works. You know, when you have that socialist system where everybody just gets free shit, they stop trying as hard because
Yeah.
they don't have to. And then they just get lazy and depressed, and it's just not good for people, and then the government gets even more and more power. I know it sounds ideal, but it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Like, you can observe it throughout history. Like, capitalist is a good thing, but, like, shouldn't there be maybe some limits on this shit, you know? Especially with these big businesses, and then they get all these tax breaks, and it's just, like, so corrupt,
What do
man.
you think about like universal basic income?
I kind of like the idea. I think people have this assumption that people are going to get, 25 grand a year and then all of a sudden just stop working and become super lazy. But I think that could free up a lot of time and keep people from stressing. And if your individuals feel good, they're going to do good. I don't know. I could see it.
Yeah, it's only supposed to be like $1,000 a month. That's what Andrew Yang, who's running for president, is pushing for. He's
I
actually
kind
doing
of like
pretty
that
well
dude.
right
How
now.
you feel
Yeah.
about that guy?
I kind of like that guy too. I can't talk a lot of politics. Like, I don't know a lot about him, but from the shit that I've seen, and I like follow him on Twitter, and I'll see like some things that he does. I mean, he seems like a pretty down to earth dude who would, make some smart decisions for everybody. Could make things better, but I don't know, man. I'm kind of twisted on the universal basic income (UBI). It's like when I hear that, the first and obvious thing that comes to mind is just like laziness. People are gonna be lazy, and that's like it's gonna cause more lazy people than more productive people. He said like he's tested it out and he thinks that it's gonna go the opposite way, but dude, Americans are pretty fucking lazy in general. Like when it comes down to
And
it,
there's a lot of people collecting money that could easily work. They're
Yeah.
just taking advantage of the system. But then there's a whole lot of people that could really, really use that money, and that could help them free up some time and some space to create a
yeah,
business.
and that's
then-
true too, and that's the opposite side of the ball that like you got to look at and see like the people who do
And
take
it's like,
it,
which way would it go more?
yeah, like are more people gonna
But
do
then
positive?
again, it's like people say they are irresponsible with that 25 grand. It just goes right back into the market and into the economy. They get it from the government. Like, it's our money. We've given them way too much power, and they have way too much money, our money. We get that money back. We do what we want with it. If we blow it, we blow it. It goes into the economy.
yeah.
If we use it to build a business, we improve the economy.
Yeah.
So I just don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
I don't see the.
It could work. I
I
mean,
don't know, it's crazy.
I guess, we won't know until we try.
I think
the country won't know until
I think
they
no
try.
matter what, people are just. Everybody has like a little bit of drive in them,
Mm-hmm.
And if you can get that shit kick-started with like a little help, just to pay your fucking rent and
Right?
you know how it is. You get caught in that waiting tables trap, and it's like, man, I
Yeah.
can't even leave because my apartment, my car payment, I got a kid now. It's like, damn, I can't do anything. And then it's just like, maybe that would just free up that, and then they could. People are
Focus on more
wired
important
to
things.
work. I don't care what you say. Like, people are going to work. They just can't help themselves. It doesn't matter if they have to or not. I think you just get to a point where you're like, I want to do something because I'm bored as fuck. It wouldn't matter if you had a bunch of money or not. You would find something to do. And usually those things to do are, like charity or hobby stuff or creating, being productive in
Yeah.
a real way. Not just wasting time because you have to make ends meet.
Yeah, man. Life can be stressful in America, man. That's like part of the reason why like we came to China is like we don't have to worry about a lot of that shit, man. When it comes to like your bills and your fucking rent and cell phone and bills, utilities and everything else, like it's actually kind of hard to live in America, man. With like how much money you have to pay for everything. I guess given like here in China, like we are a little fortunate because of the position we have and the job we have to where, you know, we get some things paid for us, but at the same time, it's still overall a pretty cheap place to live and a pretty inexpensive place to live to where you can put your money towards better things. So I don't know, man. Like I think when it comes to like the UBI, the basic income, yeah, man. Maybe I can agree with that. Of like people could use the money towards like those bills to relieve their stress, to like kind of free their mind and open up their mind a little bit to do more of what makes them happy and what they want to do to make society better overall, because less people are stressed and shit like that. But man, it could be good. It could be good. I just have that doubt in the back of my mind that like it could be used, not used for bad, but there's definitely going to be bad results because of it too. Not everything's going to be good, but majority could work out for everybody.
That goes for everything, man.
Everything.
Liquor stores.
Yeah.
You know, I could go over there and get fucked up all day, every day, but I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you do have those individuals that abuse it, but, you know, it's just, you set up programs and get people involved to help those people kind of point in a different direction. Don't punish them, help them get over it.
Yeah.
And that's just how you gotta maneuver. Like, I think for so long we keep punishing people.
That's a good slogan.
We keep making it really hard on people, and the people at the top just keep getting richer and richer, and the people down here, like, constantly getting fucked.
Yeah, dude, that's a good slogan, man. Don't punish them, help them. Mm-hmm. Run for president, bro. Yo, man. Dude, I was having a conversation with people the other night, and tell me, there's no way you won't agree. If The Rock were to run for president, who would he lose to? Who the fuck would he lose to, man? If Dwayne The Rock Johnson were to legitimately run for the president of the United States, who is not going to vote for The Rock, other than, like, maybe the 70-year-old senior citizens? But, like...
I know Nate Diaz wouldn't.
Bro, Dwayne The Rock Johnson as our president. What country would fuck with us if The Rock was the president of the United States of America? If a country tries to fuck with us,
that would be
he's going to
cool.
go to their country... He's going to rock bottom the leader of that country and give him the people's elbow and get them to straighten. Give him to straighten the fuck out.
Right here.
Yeah, and let them know what America's all about. Bro, The Rock as president would be lit as fuck. And I think...
it would.
And you know who's his best vice president? Who do you think would be a good vice president? Oh, Oprah's a good choice.
Kevin Hart.
Oh,
dude.
The Rock and Kevin Hart. Yeah. Dude, I was thinking
that would be the best.
I was thinking Tom Hanks, but the Kevin Hart is pretty good too.
Tom Hanks.
Who the fuck?
I can see
who
that.
the fuck doesn't love Tom Hanks, man? Dude, he just
a bunch of celebrities in office. That would be great.
Tom Hanks though is just like one of those guys that like everybody just loves. Like, there's not one person who's like, fuck Tom Hanks movies.
Tom Hanks. Who doesn't? I'm one of those people. Yeah. I love Tom Hanks. I'll say it right now.
Yes. Man.
We should make the whole presidential candidate thing like a literal reality show. Like, put them all in the same house.
Dude, it might as well like, be.
Put all the
That's basically kind of what it is right now
all
anyways.
the candidates in the same house, dude. It
is hilarious. A fucking reality show, man.
It'd be like The Ultimate Fighter, but with presidential candidates in their...
It basically is that, man. When it comes to, like, the debates and everything, like, that's what it is. It's more entertainment than it is, like, educational, because, like, they have 10 candidates on stage, and they give everybody, like, okay, here's the topic. You have 45 seconds to answer what you think we should do about this topic. 45 seconds. Ugh. What the fuck are you going to actually really be able to say in 45 seconds? Like, it's a joke, man. Like, everything they do with the debates is like a complete
I think that's
joke.
out the door, you know, like that way of interviewing candidates and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
we're past that.
Man, once that generation, the couple of generations above us is kind of, you know, perished. I don't know how else to say it. That will be a thing of the past, man. Because how many candidates have you watched podcasts on so far where it was like between, you know, 1 and 2 and 3 hours long? I mean, I've watched like 3 of them. That one chick that was in the Army, I've watched Andrew Yang, and I've watched Bernie. And you don't have to watch Trump. You already know every fucking thing you need to know about Trump because they'll tell you all day, every day.
Yeah.
And, so
man,
it's like you can get a pretty good idea of these people. And I didn't really mind Bernie, to be honest.
I like Bernie, man. I really like Bernie a lot. Like, did you listen to Rogan's podcast when he had him on?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I like Bernie a lot, man. I think Bernie has... The only thing about Bernie is he's old, man. He's really old. Yeah. Like, if you were to get elected president, he may not live through all 4 years. But, you know, it's... at least he's... I like his way of thinking. It is a little is communistic a word? Or socialist. Socialist is maybe the word I'm thinking about.
I know what you
socialist
mean.
is the word I'm thinking about.
He's definitely
socialist.
more like socialist.
So not communistic.
And then,
socialist.
like, I think the Republican Party and the Democratic Party always kind of paint Bernie as, like, this crazy lunatic dude, you know, with crazy hair or something. But I don't know if you can get more in depth with him and really talk to him. You can see he's just for the people, as we all should be. We shouldn't be so pro money and greedy in business. We should be pro people. I feel like why not? Like pro people and good, healthy, happy people create a positive, good environment and
good
society.
economy.
Like, you got to start at the source. You know, like it starts at the people's feelings,
too much money,
and outlook.
Too much money. There's too much money being tossed around and exchanging hands, and like,
I know.
it's not gonna. It's not gonna make a difference.
So distracted by it,
man. That dollar sign shines way too bright, bro. So it is what it is. It's gonna be that way for a long time, really. Until
but
I don't know. I don't even know
when you have money like that and you have power like that. I think like it doesn't matter what kind of man or what kind of woman, what kind of person you are, like, it's extremely hard not to become corrupt.
Yeah, dude, money controls all the government, man.
Yeah.
It doesn't...
It's something beyond the human's control, you know? It's something about that money and that access to all these things and how people treat you that is, you know, more addicting than any drug on earth, probably.
Man, it's just greed, man. People are greedy.
They say that gold makes people crazy. Have you ever heard that?
No.
Gold has this effect on people. And so, like, back in the day, like during the mining days or maybe even in the Egyptian times, like this obsession with gold and people would kill each other over this thing, you know? It was just, and then come to find out, you know, it's just a great conductor for electricity and all these other things. But we have been obsessed with this gold since day one, like mad about gold. It's weird. Like this, why are we so obsessed with this material, you know?
Yeah, it's hard to say. It's just, man, I don't even know what to say else about it.
Say it, dude.
Well, I just don't know, man. It's just like I don't know. It's just it's weird how things like that, just money in general, man, just fucks with people's heads, and like people change, man. People change a lot. Like if there's money involved in the equation of like how people act, like it changes drastically. And I think about that sometimes too. Like if I were to come into a position of like to where I had a good amount of money to where like I was comfortable and didn't need to worry about, you know, like looking at the price on a menu when you go out to eat at a restaurant, you know, like that kind of comfortable, like what kind of things would change for me? Like would I still be like conservative about it, or would I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how I would react, man. Like if I was in a spot where like I could gain a significant amount of money to be like life changing, like how I wonder like how I would change. Would I change? I'd like to think I wouldn't, and I'd like to think I'd be smart and conservative about the whole idea of having a bunch of money and stuff, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I've never been in that position, and I just don't know. I don't know how I would react personally if I was in the same spot as these guys who are getting a lot of money to make important decisions that affects a lot of people, you know? So it's hard. It's hard to say, man. Until you're like actually in those shoes, you're walking in those shoes, and you have to make those decisions yourself. How can you really say like what you would do? I don't know.
I like to think that I would do good.
You like to think
it,
so? Yeah, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Everybody though.
But I don't know, man.
Man, going out and not checking the prices, I'm not even sure if I could get over that, you know, because I've just done it for so long. It's just, that's how I think. That's how I'm programmed.
Oh, man.
I have to.
Everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I always look at the price.
I don't got daddy's credit
like,
card.
I definitely,
you know what I mean?
I look at prices before I look at what is priced this much. Like, I look at the price amount before, like, what it actually is, like, I'm looking to eat. Like, I don't look at salads and be like, oh, this salad, how much is this? Oh, no.
You're like, damn,
Oh,
$2.
this salad? No.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
I could
my
drink
eyes
short,
are on the
I
right
guess.
side of the menu before they're on the left side of the menu.
Right. Yeah. It does suck when you're, like, out, maybe, like, clothes shopping and stuff because you can't get them, like, high-end materials
clothes
and
shopping.
stuff like that. That nice material.
Yeah.
You know? Because you'll go to that section where, like, these things are a couple hundred maybe or, like, 189 or something. But it's good quality stuff, and it will last you.
Yeah.
The best of the best on this planet. Like, be wearing the best material you can find on Earth. That'd be some baller shit. Like some shit made out of Black Widow silk. A Black Widow silk beanie.
This took 10,000 spiders to make this shirt.
Hell yeah. 10 years.
For this one shirt.
Yeah, like some rare moth
You're
dust.
not in a very good business, man.
Boots.
You need to find something else to make your shirts out of.
I know. Yeah, but you could sell one T-shirt for $1.2 million. Dude. These ain't cheap. Black Widows. A guy died trying to make this shirt. The first guy didn't make it through.
Yeah,
His son took over and
it's
finished it.
been 5 years. Everybody kept dying.
There's a blood stain right here. I thought he died by a spider bite. He's like, no, he was shot.
Maybe. But.
Somebody tried to steal it.
Alright. But yeah, man, it's been good. Tonight's been good, man. It's fun talks, man. A lot of crazy shit. We're definitely letting everybody know a little bit about our rocky history in our past of not the most wisest decisions as young lads. But
Man, crazy kids.
Crazy kids.
But a lot of stories and you know, everybody's got their
Oh
stories.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's good though.
I think it's good to talk about it because it's like, it's okay that everybody fucked up
Yeah.
and does shit wrong because we all do because our brains are like constantly growing at that age. So you just do stupid shit. Like it's okay
gonna
to do
happen,
stupid shit
man.
and fuck up because you're going to. Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
Man, I still fuck up. I still do shit. Like, I'm like, you think you're learning, and then you do something else, and you're like, I'm a fucking idiot. Like, what is wrong with me?
Yeah, I question.
Trial and error.
I question myself all the time. Again, like you just do something, even just like in the moment. Again, you just say something, and then like after you say it, like, what the fuck? Why did I say something like that? Why did I
Yeah.
do that?
Yeah.
Come on, Seth.
I know.
It just happens, man. It's gonna happen.
There's that little space in between receiving information and acting on information. There's that little space in between there that can decide your fate.
Yeah.
You know, like which way you go. Like you received it, now what do you do with it? Like that space right there. If you can get that right, you can become the president of the United States, dude.
So yeah, man, keep on trucking, keep on marching forward. Well, shit, man, we got another one in the books. This was episode 6. I had fun. I hope you had fun. This was good. A little bit of reminiscing, man.
So much fun. I really look forward to this every time.
Yeah, dude, we got a long ways to go, man. We're just getting started, and we'll just keep getting better as we go, and hopefully the people listening are enjoying what they're listening to. And
sounds like we got about 4 listeners right now, including you and
that's
I.
okay, man. Four
right.
is better than 0, you know. So
that's 2 more than we had 2 weeks ago.
Look at the bright. That's right. Look at the bright side of what's happening, and yeah, man, just keep it going. It's fun.
All right, man. Break this shit down and send it to me, boy.
I'm gonna do it. So until next time, I guess take care of yourself, man. We'll talk about your birthday over this next coming week, and we'll see what happens with that next month. But
yeah, I'll see you in Vegas.
We'll see what happens. I'm keeping my fingers crossed, but
Later,
all right,
Gator.
man. Take care. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Don't you worry about it, bitch. I know somebody like it.